Oh, hi. Can I help you? Okay, so hi, hello. Today I'm going to be talking about 5 ways to potentially, or at least be helpful for getting out of a rut. So the first one is exercise and nutrition. I know it's boring, don't worry, this gets more exciting. Exercise is so important for releasing endorphins, getting you really excited, getting you happy. It makes you feel good about yourself and your body. Honestly, almost immediately, even your first workout can be extremely helpful. Please get down, cat. So the second part of this number one option is that eating the right foods. So eating foods that make you feel good, that are full of nutrition. So nutrition is important because if we want to be making hormones that help us feel good, we have to have the right building blocks in our body, and we do that by eating foods that are healthful. So this is lots of fruits, lots of vegetables, nuts, seeds, things that are good for you, not fast food. So trying to avoid things that maybe make you feel sluggish or not just your best. Number 2 is so maybe you feel like you can't get out for a walk. You don't feel like exercise or eating the right foods you're not there yet. That's not for you. You can't bring yourself to do it quite yet. So this number 2 is just go sit outside, go walk outside, sit on your balcony, sit on your porch. Any way that you can get yourself into nature and just sit. And I don't mean with your phone or with a book or things like that. Just sit quietly and listen and see if you can feel a little bit more at peace, feel a little bit better. And maybe you try this and nothing happens. That's okay. Move on to the next one. Like number 3, I'll keep going and things will get easier and easier hopefully to do. But having that time where you can feel the sun on your skin, where you can hear the breeze and birds and other people, it might make you feel a little bit more connected to source or to your core or to whatever you want to call it. So that's my second option. I like this one a lot personally. Okay, number 3, moving on. So this is if you really feel like you can't get out into nature, or if you tried it and you didn't really feel any better after doing it. Maybe you just want to, sit on the couch, be a couch potato, and that's totally okay. Sometimes you feel like you can't get off the couch. So my best advice, and something that I wish I had heard of a few months ago when I was kind of in this phase, is pick something that's really inspiring to you and immerse yourself in it, whether it's a book or a movie or a documentary or I don't know, something of that sort. Talk to a friend, use someone that you know who inspires you or who could uplift you and make you feel really good. There's some really good feel-good movies out there that I love, ones where people overcome hardships or where they go on amazing adventures and learn and discover about themselves. Those are the ones that I like, but you could find your own. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Something must have come to mind when you heard this. This isn't really a long-term fix. Of course, none of these are long-term fixes, and none of this is medical advice. But, this could be really helpful for you in the short term to try to get you to, be able to go outside and feel good, or to be able to exercise. So something that motivates you and inspires you and reminds you of your purpose and kind of why you're here. Okay, so number 4 is if you can't bring yourself to pick a motivating movie, or you did and you tried it and it didn't really help. You didn't feel inspired or motivated this time. Excuse me. And that's okay. So this might be where there comes a time and place where we kind of need to analyze the rut, which can be scary, and sometimes it's not the right thing to do. You might want to talk to a healthcare provider, especially if you deal with any mental health illness at all whatsoever. Speak to a professional, speak to someone who's working directly with you first. But why are you in the rut? Ask yourself, what is it that caused this? And once you're able to do that, you might be able to see it from a new perspective. So is the reason you're in the rut actually true? Or is it something that you think could be true, or could happen in the future, or could have happened in the past? Or, what of this of this time or this emotion is actually real. And once you've kind of, deciphered what areas are definitely real, definitely feel real to you, you might be able to actually find ways of changing that. Or if you can't change them, how can you accept them? How can you move forward with these things still in your life? How can you thrive even though, turning milk into butter, what's the other ones? Lemons into lemonade, how can you make the most of your situation if you can't change it? But most of the time we can change things. Most of the time we can find ways of moving around obstacles and overcoming them. And you just have to believe in yourself and know that this is something that you'll get through and that you can get through. And eventually, things will go back to normal. So I like doing this. If you know anything about cognitive behavioral therapy, there's ways of creating a thought record where you kind of record the emotion that you're feeling. So why are you in the rut? What is it actually? Why are you actually here? What is true about that and what is false? And you're able to get a better grip on reality that way. So that's number 4. If you really feel like you can't do that, or if you work with a therapist, because that's working with a therapist will really help you to work through that logically and with better guidance, I think, because sometimes we can be so inside our heads that we don't actually see reality because we're so caught up in what we think might be reality. So yes, work with someone who might be able to help you. And the last one, number 5, is that sometimes you gotta ride it out. You gotta live in the rut, and you have to accept that, I'm gonna keep trying every day to see if I can, move my way up this list until I'm able to do things that... Okay, I thought the camera died, it didn't. Really need to seek help. I know I kind of talked about that, but sometimes things are a little bit too hard for us to work through on our own, and that's totally okay. You need to seek help from a professional. So some signs might be a depressed mood, or changes in your sleep patterns, loss of energy, changes in your eating patterns or your weight, hopelessness, feeling, especially suicide, depression, thoughts of death. Seek help and help yourself move forward. This is a really great time for people to invest in themselves and invest in their health all around, not just mental health, but physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, all of it. So I hope you guys are, staying well, staying healthy, staying positive and optimistic, even though we're faced with some tough times as, a whole population all over the world. Thank you for listening to me. I hope this was helpful. And yeah, until next time. If you like this, let me know, because I will likely make more videos like this. I have a feeling this one's really long, but I will try my best to make them shorter next time. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Bye.